じゃあ、始めていきたいと思います。So, the title of this presentation is Plants like a Living Fortress. Do you know fortress? Well, it's like a castle. So, well, like in this presentation, what I want you to take away from this lecture is like difference of animals and plants in terms of defense strategies. Well, how like animals like defend themselves, then like various ways of or like plants defending themselves. Then the last thing is like the job of science. I guess like there are some people who do not like study science like in like high school, but I want to convince you that yeah, science is just fun. And I think like you can learn some like useful terminology to study science in English. And then here's a table of contents. So in the introduction, I will like convince you that plants, it's very important in our lives and for the planet. Then going to the like main part of presentation, like defense by plants. I will talk about how they defend themselves using physical defense or like defense by poison or exploiting animals. Then in the end, I will like conclude the presentation and briefly note like possible themes to explore. So yeah, let's go to the like introduction. Plants, the hidden rulers of the world. Well, like biology is like almost about this like study of like animals and like humans, right? Well, so like in this picture, like what do you see? I guess like most of the people say they can see elephants. Is there a laser pointer? Yep, like elephants. But well, apart from like elephants, there are lots of like plants here, right? Well, don't forget about plants. Well, this like I guess the like well, I guess like most of the picture is just dominated by plants. And interestingly, plants account for 80% of the biomass on the planet. And we can't even survive without plants. Well, when you go to, for example, supermarkets, like you buy like rice or potato, but they are like we are from like plants. Then imagine like you're back in like 50 years or 60 years, like most of the buildings were made of woods, and woods are also from trees or plants. So like our societies can't be sustained without plants. Yeah, here's the like chart of how the biomass of the planet consists of. Well, this is like plants and like yeah, I guess it's like 80%. So here's the first discussion. What's the difference between animals and plants? You can like write anything on the chat. Well, so like can you write on your chat, please? じゃあ最初のディスカッションとして、植物と動物の違いって何かっていうのを、チャットに書いてほしいなって思います。日本語でも英語でも大丈夫です。どうぞ。Well, I want you to just point out as many as possible, like even just like tiny points. Then, any ideas? Oh yeah, photosynthesis. Yeah, well, like plants can like make sugars and oh yeah, make sugars from like solar lights. Then oh yeah, structure of cells. Yeah, they have like cell walls, but oh yeah. Well, then they have like cell. Oh yeah, plants. Yes, that thing. Yeah, animals can move, but like plants can't. Yeah, what else? Like, do you have any like other suggestions? Oh, interesting points. Yeah, plants can't speak. Yeah. Well, but like you can see like how like plants can communicate with other beings in this presentation. Yeah. Okay, so I will like move on to the like next page. Oops. Wait. Is it? Yeah. Well, so I guess like most people think plants are just like poorly designed, like immobile beings. They can't move, they can't escape from predators, and so they kind of feel like plants are inferior to animals, and we are like animals. But well, I want you to just like think plants are very like strong. So like another discussion, what determines the size of plants and like numbers of leaves and flowers? Oh wait, another like interesting point. Plants can live in any place. Oh yeah, true. そうですね。なんか植物の、大きさとか、葉っぱの数とかって、なんかその何で決まりますかね。ちょっとチャットに書いてほしいと思います。Other hints is, like, what happens when you change the place of base, like as in like container of soil and like plants, or amount of fertilizer, no, like nutrition, what happens? Do they grow like faster, or like do they grow like more rapidly? What happens? Oh yeah, like place of like living. Then oh yeah, environment. Oh yeah. So you made that a good point. Yeah. So like yeah, like environments or like places of their living like affects the like growth of plants. Yeah, like also like sunlight. Then another discussion. What are the advantages of plants changing their shapes with the environmental change? そうですね。環境によって、なんかその形とかが変わることの、利益って何ですかね？ Please put your ideas on the chat, please. Well, I said that please like twice. So, oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, like they can like yeah, they can produce like lots of like offspring. Yeah, they can survive. Oh yeah, like they can like effectively like photosynthesize. So yeah, I can like summarize your comments to like they can adapt to the environment. Well, so like development of plants, it's plastic. They can change the they can like adapt to the environment by changing their shapes. Okay. So to make to like point out like more examples of how like plastic plants developments are, I want to see these like images. So like the illustration and photo shows the embryo of like plants and like animals. They're not embryo. It's a like early stage of development after the fertilization. So on the left, you can see the like embryo of flies, and like their bodies are segmented. So you can kind of imagine like what parts become like, for example, like eyes or like faces or like stomach. But when it comes to plants, the last one is like, well, I guess like you can't imagine like how this like embryo grows when they become kind of like adults. It's so difficult to imagine, right? So to summarize the point, animals have deterministic development plan. Well, it's kind of like difficult terminology, but the like essential like meaning is like their body develop as plants since they are born. So, and the plan cannot be altered or like changed easily. Well, it's difficult. But on the contrary, plants has like plastic development plan. So their body develops with response to the environmental change. Their like plan of development can like change according to environment. So it's very plastic. Well, this is like me, like the professor of the like lecture put on our like lecture notes. So from these points, we kind of like feel like plants are like superior to animals. So like this is the like illustration of poorly designed deterministic deterministically like developing elephants. Well, they can't like change their like shapes according to environments. So they can't help but like move around to adapt to the environment because like they can't like change their bodies to like respond to the environmental change. But the thing is, wait, hang on. Animals and plants are just different, like following different like strategies for survival. So like we can't compare or like we can't say like which is like superior or like inferior to like the other. Yeah, so like they're just different. So this is the like end of introduction, and I want to proceed to the main part, like the defenses. But before like going to the like main topic, why they defend themselves? Well, because I mean like plants produce sugars by photosynthesis, and they are like immobile, so like they can't like escape from predators even they encounter. So they are very like easy to be captured by animals and eaten. But what's the like risks of like being eaten by animals? Well, there are like lots of like risks. For example, there's a like risks of infection from animals. They can get like germs and develop like diseases on their body, or if they have like less leaves by being eaten, they can their like photosynthesis becomes less effective. So they need to like defend themselves to like not to get like any infection and to like produce like sugars effectively. Then yeah, going to the like defense. Firstly, what is the like defense strategies of animals? Well, there are some like very interesting animals such as, you know, like having like needles or having like poison, but most of them are just like escape. Yeah, like they develop like lots of like features to escape very like fast. But the defense strategies of plants are so diverse because they can't like move. Then from the like title, well, the title of like lecture is like living faultless. So like I want to make a comparison and like point out some similarities between like defense of plants and defense of like castles. So if you are like general in a castle, you defend like your castle from enemies by, for example, like constructing high walls so that they can't climb up, or like make a point around the castle so that the enemies cannot cross. So these are the like examples of physical defense. Like they use like physical or like mechanical structure to defend like themselves. Yeah, so I didn't put like discussion here, but I want to wait, yeah, sorry. So like what? So I want to like know like examples of herbivores, like plant eaters. Like can you put like any like animals or like bugs on the chat, please? じゃあまず草食なんかその植物を食べるなんか動物とか虫の例を挙げてほしいなって思います。Now here's the like hints. Like you can see. Do you have any ideas? Oh, I don't know the like English translation of kaiko. Is it like silkweed? Like no silk like worm? I don't know. A cow, yes. Grasshoppers. I don't know. Like is it like desired grasshopper? A buffalo? Uh-huh. Gazelle, panda. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, so like we have lots of like examples, but like do you have any like example of like other bugs? Bugs like insects. Do you know anything? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Actually, I don't know like the English translation for that, but yeah, like as you say, like grasshoppers, like horses, or like caterpillars, or like mites, like very like tiny bugs. And like to think about like how effective like mechanical defense is, you need to think like how they move. You know, like how they move. Well, like horses like move around the like plants and eat with their like big mouth, and then like caterpillars or like mites like crawl or like walk. Is it walk? Well, like move like on the surface of the like plants. Then there is like two kinds of like physical defense developed by like plants. So first one is hairs. So I guess like there. So anyone like kiwis? Do you like kiwis? Well, I guess like there are some people like who like kiwis, and not so much. Oh, okay. How about like other people? Do you have like is there any like person like who really like really love like, oh, okay. So like I want you to like ask a question. Do you eat kiwis with the skin like surface? Do you get it? No, yeah, no, right? Yeah, I mean like if you like eat kiwis with the skins, it should give some like uncomfortable taste, and it should be like so like disgusting. The same thing happens for the like large animals. So if they like if like large like herbivore eats kiwi, then with like their skin, then like it should give some like very like disgusting taste. Then going to like short hairs, it makes difficult to pass through on the like surface. Imagine you are in the jungle and like you can see like lots of plants and like bushes, and like if you need to go straight, then you need to like remove the like plants like on the way to the on your way, right? So like the same thing happens for the small bugs. It like they need to like remove the like hairs like on the like in front, then it makes it difficult. Then like another like needle, another like defense strategy, like needles. Well, they're just painful, as you know. Then there is interesting needles on the photos. So A and C, you can see like hooks here, right? Then like because of like these hooks, like bugs are like captured, like got caught by like needles, and like they can't like pull out their like legs or like tactile to escape from like the surface of the plants. I don't know, like you guys know like what textile is. It's like a small antenna like on the like insects. So like they need to wait until they die. Do bugs get caught in hitsukimushi? Not sure. I don't think so. They are like too, maybe, but like they are too big, I guess. Then yeah, going to like another different strategies. So like if you are like battling against like enemies in the castle, for example, like you can prepare like chemical weapons, or like you can send like spies to the enemy. So why is it like corresponding like strategies with plants? It's a like defense by poison. They use like lots of poisons to defend themselves. So like in the presentation, I want to like note like two poisons. So first one is tannin. It's very common poison. Then second one is orvine. It's somewhat like interesting poison, and like the resistance developed by caterpillars induce the like evolution of birds. So like by like yeah, so yeah, like you can see like what is it, what it is like in the like in later. So we are going to the poisons. So tannin, they are containing like wine or tea. So like how does it taste like? なんかお茶ってどんな味しますかね? Well, I guess like you guys are just like high school students, so you've never tried like wine, but like how like it does taste. Bitter, yeah. I mean the like exact like wording for the like taste is so like difficult, and I guess like no guy like no person know like yeah bitter, but like in a kind of like authentic way. We call it like astringent. Oh yeah, shibui. Like it's yeah like Japanese word, right? Then so like like astringent like correspond to shibui like in Japanese, and then like taste of astringent is like astringency. Like it repels the herbivores. Well, like humans are so weird being, and they can interpret the astringency as kind of like tasty, but it's not, it doesn't apply to herbivores. And the interesting thing is the taste of tannin is the taste of protein in your mouth. So like by like tannin, like your protein like squashed, like make it like like kind of like shrinks, then you like your tongue like tastes the like protein. So here you can see like proteins. Like I want to like quickly like cover what like protein is. Protein is very important molecule. So like it's a like they are like molecules made of a like long chain of amino acids. I'm not sure like amino like you guys know like amino acids. Then like so like biological system is like driven by like chemical reaction. So like they are, so do you know like chemical reactions, right? So for example, like if you produce like energy, like your body consumes sugar to make like energy, and like protein like catalyzes the reaction. Well, like catalysis is like making chemical reactions quicker and like more efficient. So in the case of like sugar consumption, like protein make the like decomposition of sugar like faster. So like without proteins, we can't live. Then the determining the structure of protein is very vital, because like protein can have like specific like function by having very like specific shape. So like medicine scientists like obsessed to like predict the structure of proteins from their like amino acids like sequences. So like AI, like artificial intelligence, is used for identifying the structure of proteins. And maybe like someone know like DeepMind and AlphaFold. So like DeepMind, a like startup, is it startup? I'm not sure. Like invented that like AI to like forecast the structure of protein. And very useful. Then going to like another poison, orvine. They are produced by milkweeds. Then like they bind to like sodium and potassium ion, and like inhibit their like function. Well, I guess like not many people know like what like sodium or like potassiums are, or like sodium potassium ion pump. So I will like just explain it. The protein itself is kind of like that shape, and it has like function to like passing through like sodium and like potassium in itself. And well, like in that, yeah, well, that's fine. Then like it controls the like muscle contraction. So like when you move your body, like your muscle like contracts or like shrinks, right? Well, I don't have like bulky muscle, but like if you like move your like arms, like muscle contracts, then yeah, like they control the that like action. Then Warbind like binds to like that kind of like place, and it blocks the like passage of sodium or like potassium. Then which means that by taking Warbind in your body, your like muscles can't move properly. Then yeah, like excess dose can lead to cardiac arrest. It's like difficult word. Well, like you can like, yeah, you have like a heart, right? Then like so it stops by having like taking lots of Warbind. Then there's like interesting like things happens. So like the pump protein of a monarch butterfly in this photo are like no longer sensitive Warbind due to mutation. So there is a slight like modification or like change of their like DNA so that they are okay to take some like Warbind in their body. So like when they are in the childhood, well, like when they are like caterpillars, they eat like milkweed and they accumulate or like take like Warbind in their bodies, and yeah, they become a like huge tank of not huge tank, yeah, huge tank of Warbind. So when they like birds eat like this monarch butterfly, they just bomb it because like yeah, they are just toxic. Well, they are just like poisonous. So now like this butterfly can possess the Warbind even though they can't produce them like by themselves. So it's like hijacking the ability to produce the poison. So it's called like evolutionary hijacking. Then it goes on. So there is like butterfly, another butterfly called the bicellular butterfly. Then they are quite similar. And why they are similar? Because they mimic the appearance of monarch butterfly. So birds have perception that monarch butterflies are dangerous. So by like mimicking their appearance, they can avoid predation. So like birds can't eat like bicellular butterfly because since they are poisonous. Then it leads to the like intelligence of birds, interestingly. It's like the birds capable of like distinguish monarch butterflies, like poisonous butterflies, like poisonous, like monarch butterfly, and not poisonous ones, like bicellular butterfly, can be like advantageous compared to other birds. Yeah, they can get like nutrition from these butterflies, but at the same time just avoid the like poison. So the insensitivity or like resistance to Warbind affects the intelligence of birds. Yeah, interestingly. So like by the summary, firstly, like monarch butterfly got insensitivity to like Warbind by having like mutation in their DNA. Then bicellular butterfly mimic monarch butterfly and avoid predation because birds think they are like dangerous. Then birds with ability to identify poisonous butterfly become advantageous. And as it like advantageous, like such ability evolves. So we can say like insensitivity or like resistance to monarch butterfly, like or to like Warbind can lead to the intelligence or like emergence of more intelligent birds. So like poison of like plants have like big influence to the like ecosystem. Then there's another like interesting poison, ecodicin. Well, it induced the growth of worms. Like imagine what like worms have like skin, and when they grow, their like skins rip off, right? Then what happens when they have like too much like growth or like too rapid growth? Well, what happens is like their skin like rips off, or like their body surface like just breaks, and like the body content explodes to the air. It's so like yeah, it's very cruel, but yeah, interesting. Then then yeah, going to the like last defense strategy of like alliance. So like if you live in a like castle and like you are surrounded by like enemy, then it's like it's kind of like useful to send like ask help for like other countries or like other castles to like terminate like the enemy. Then like how like plants use like such alliance, exploiting other organisms. Yeah, so like there's another discussion. What's important when you select the allies in wars? そうですね。戦争の時になんか同盟国とか選ぶのって何が大事ですかね。In the World War II, like France and Britain made an alliance with like Soviets, even though they had like different ideology. Like France and Britain were like capitalists, and like Soviets were just like communists. And like, why? Why did they do that? Oh yeah. Oh, geographical. Yeah. It's also like interesting point. Yeah, it's very like important point. But yeah, like fortunate, like luckily, like the first one, like the first person like got the like that answer what I expected. Yeah. Also like a number of like armies important. If the like army is too weak, then like it's not like it doesn't help, right? So in the World War II, so like they had the like mutual like enemy like Germany. So by beating Germany, they can be benefited at the same time. So mutual benefit is the important point when you select allies. Yeah, here's the like last but yeah, it's also important points. And so yeah, so the last example is like tobacco and like tobacco bottworms. So like when like tobacco are like eaten by like tobacco bottworms, they emit like chemical signals to attract prosthetic wasps. Well, prosthetic wasps are like these kind of wasps, and they lay eggs on the caterpillars. Well, it's so grotesque to see like how they like lay eggs and how the like eggs like grows in the inside of the caterpillars. Yeah, it's just it's not relevant to this lecture. Well, like there is like mutual benefits, as you know. Yeah, so like they emit like chemical signals and like calling like wasps. Then by doing so, like plants can repel the caterpillars, and the wasps can lay eggs on the caterpillars as well. Yeah, so there's like benefits for plants by like repelling like this caterpillar. Then for the like wasps, they can like lay eggs and like reproduce more like offsprings, like children. So like there are like mutual benefits. Then and also like one like answer to the like previous like points like made by like chat. So like I guess like someone says like plants can't speak, right? And the like answer is they kind of can speak by using like chemicals. So like they can like communicate by smells. It's kind of just a point. Then like another interesting point. So like tobacco change the chemical signal depending on the types of caterpillars. Like so like for the bottworm A, they emit like blue signal. Then like for bottworm B, they emit like pink signals. And what are the advantages of that? Yeah, so like there is no like advantage for the plants, but there is an advantage for wasps. So if they emit the like same signal, And given that budworm, like wasps, can lay eggs only on the budworm A, then it's waste of time like just going to like caterpillar B for the like parasitic wasps. So well, like they can like consume energy and time to like rescue the like plants, but they can't like their eggs on this caterpillar. So it's not like beneficial for like wasps. But yeah, they can't like lay eggs. But when they like change the like smell or like chemical like signal, the wasps don't need to like waste time going to rescue the plants when they are eaten by budworm B. And like with this like chemical signals, the plants can attract other like parasitic wasps, which can like lay eggs on B. So it's very it's very like kind to well like it's very like kind of these plants, and like this is very like kind to like that wasp. So it's kind of like going to the like last point, like not to be betrayed. Well, if there are like lots of like chemical signals which are not relevant to the wasps, then the wasps feel like it's not worth like rescuing them. Then like they just like go away. So yeah, it's kind of make it like more like resistant to like not betrayal, but like escaped or like run away. Yeah, like the same animation again. Well, the plants can like repel A by like attracting these wasps, but in this case of B, they can just like save the money of save the like time of wasps. Yes, so that's the end of like introducing like the different strategies. So I will go to the like conclusion of this presentation. It's so fast. I know. So conclusions, like plants can change their bodies to adapt to the environmental change. Then plants defend themselves using physical and chemical defense, or like exploiting like other organisms. Then there are like diverse poisons, which the effect of those poisons are just beyond their direct predators. Well, it's a bit like I mean like it's a bit confusing way of saying like that thing, but yeah, as you see in the like example of Urbine, the like resistance or well the like effect of like Urbine doesn't just well goes to the direct predator like by like the monarch butterfly, but it goes farther to the like birds, like predators. So that kind of thing. Yeah, so they can like the poison can have the effect to maybe like up to maybe entire ecosystem, but like not sure like any examples like which have like so far-fetched like effects. Then other interesting themes to explore, I guess. So yeah, in the presentation I said like plants can change their bodies so plastically, but why? Well, maybe there are some like physical or like genetic mechanisms. Yeah, you can see in the like free time. Then why are like plants so diverse? When you see like flowers, their like colors and structures are so like diverse. So yeah, you can see like how why it is. Then like do plants have an intelligence? It's a very interesting one, right? So yeah, by saying like their defenses, like they're so like intelligent, and like they can like even like use the like communication or like other like animals to defend themselves. So it feels like they have like intelligence, but but like what kind of intelligence is it? Yeah, that is like interesting question. Then I guess like there are some people who are interested in like environmental issues or like going to like chemistry or like engineering. So like there are like other interesting themes to explore in the slide. So like how can we make use of poisons and the mechanical structures of plants? Well, like poison can be a medicine, or like some structures of plants can be used for like engineering like materials. You know, like hooks. I forgot the name of like zipper or wait, is it? I don't know, like English translation of magic tape. but like, it's made like it's inspired from like plants. So yeah, that kind of thing. Then how can we plant plants without like pesticide or like losing biodiversity? It can relate to like environmental and food issues. So yeah, maybe interesting to see. Then conclusion, well, just like one takeaway message from my lecture. It's like plants and then like animals are such different organisms. So like when you put like shoes of like plants and think like world as if you are like plants, it should be very like intriguing how like how like world will change. So yeah, like I hope like you learn something from lecture and like think like plants are so like interesting and like important for our lives. And yeah, that's my hope. Yeah, thank you for listening. That's the like photos of my like my favorite photos of like flowers. That's it.
はい、ありがとうございました。皆さんぜひ、リアクションボタンを使って植木さんに大きな拍手をお願いいたします。はい、ありがとうございました。ここからは日本語解説ということで、全部ではないんですけれども、植木さんに簡単に、今回ご講義いただいた内容を、日本語でさらっていただきたいと思います。また植木さんよろしくお願いします。
じゃあちょっとスライド、開きますね。どうやったかなだよね。ちょっと待ってください。こっちの方を一旦止めないと。これか。OK。よし。これですね。よし、じゃあやります。これだよな。という感じで、やってきたんですけど、これが僕が、なんか日本語でやった時の、スライドですね。で、これスライド処理一応やっとくか。で、じゃあ、こんな感じでやってたんですけど、そう、バイオマスっていうふうになんか言ってたと思うんですけど、まず植物が地球の生物質量の 80% 占めてるって話ですね。で、その言った通り、なんかそのご飯だったりとか、なんか建材だ、なんかその建物を建てる、なんかその材料だったりとか、植物なしに僕たちは生きられないっていうことを、言ってました。で、こういう感じで生物質量の分布があって、なんかこの論文は読めるかわかんないですけど、図は結構面白いので、なんか見てみてください。で、ディスカッションしてもらって、そうですね、そう、plants can't speak とか、そういうの、なんかすごい面白いなんか点がいろいろ出てて、面白いディスカッションだったなと思います。あと何があったっけな、そう、あれですよね、細胞壁とかもなんか面白いですね。セルウォーって言ったりします、英語だと。で、動くことできないけど、環境によって、柔軟に自分の体を変えているということを話して、で、これ、エンブリオ、肺っていうふうに言うんですけど、これ、ちょっと僕は日本語ではあんま定義よくわかんないなって、受精した後に、なんかその動いたりできるようになるまでのなんか形態のことを言ったりします。で、これですね、なんかその、植物の方はなんかツンツル点になってて、いやー、なんか何になるんだろうねみたいな感じで面白いですよね。で、そうですね、Deterministic Development Plan っていうのが、日本語でちょっとなんか直訳なんですけど、決定論的発達プラン。体のなんかそれぞれが何になるか最初から決まってて、で簡単に変えられないっていうのが、動物の特徴で、植物に対して、柔軟なプラスティック、デベロップメントプランを持っていて、環境に合わせて変化すると。こんな感じですね。なんか、症状媒の方は、なんかこれどこが何になるかって最初から決まってて、で、こっちの白犬ナズナの方は、いや、そうではないと。でも、なんか植物と動物全然違うんだよねっていう話をしました。で、植物の防御の話を移ったんですけど、そう、光合成知ってる人がいたってちょっとすごいなってびっくりしました。フォトシンセティスって言いますね。光合成を言って、で、動かないと。でもそう、汚いんですよね。口が汚かったり、あとなんか葉っぱが減ると生産できる糖の量も減っちゃったりとかしちゃって。ちなみにその病原菌っていうのが、英語だと germs って言いますね。この germs は、ウイルスもなんかバクテリア、細菌も含んで germs なんで、バイラス and bacteria、を、含んで、その germ っていうふうになっています。ちなみにその germ で思い出したんですけど、Gun, James and Steel っていう、日本語だと重病原体鉄っていう、なんかその本があって、この本がそうですね、なんか自然環境とか農業がどういうふうにその人間社会を形作ってきたのかとか、なんでそのヨーロッパは、なんかそのヨーロッパというかユーラシアは、なんかアフリカとか、なんかアメリカに対してなんかその優位 なんか優位になったのかみたいなことを、なんかその農業とかの観点から論じてて、すごく面白いんで、もし興味があったら読んでみてください。で、ですけど、こういうふうに、まず物理的な physical defenses。そうそうそう、草食動物っていうのを、虫も動物も含んでハービボーズって言います。で、動物、肉食の場合は、カーニボーズって言って、ちなみにちょっとスペル全部なんか書いてないんで、ちょっと後でもし調べたかったらどうしましょう。なんかこんな感じかなって、ちょっと Google で検索かけてみて、なんか調べてください。で、そう、ハービボーズっていうふうに言って、で、グラスホッパーズ、カタピラーズみたいな感じですね。で、毛なんですけど、大きい方は、食べるとザラザラで、キウイのね、なんか、キウイのなんか皮はさすがに食べないですよねっていう話でした。で、細かい毛は間を動くのが大変と。で、針は、で、次、面白い針の話言ったんですけど、メンツリアプニラっていうんです。なんか、日本語でその訳がないみたいなんで、メンツリアプニラっていうふうに言ってて、で、多分これ学名かなちょっと知らないですけど。で、これがなんかフックみたいになってて、なんかその引っかかっちゃって、やだねっていう風な。で、これ触覚なんですよ。そのテクサヨが触覚っていう風になってて、この写真がそうですね、触覚が引っかかってる様子で。で、こういう風に足とかの毛が引っかかっちゃって、なんか抜けなくなって、もう死ぬしかないみたいな感じになんかなっちゃうっていう風な怖い針の話でした。これはね。ここでカバーしたい英語は特にないか。で、次は化学兵器とか話をしたんですけど、スパイなんですよね。自分の一部を送り込んで、なんか相手を混乱させるとか、結構毒ってそういう面があるじゃないですか。なんかそういう意味でちょっとスパイとかも入れてみましたけど、分かったかな毒による、で、タンニンとウアバインっていうふうになってます。で、これ、腸がウアバインを無効化すると、鳥が進化するみたいな感じで、日本語のタイトルはつけてました。で、タンニンは紅茶とかワインに含まれてて、みたいな話をして、でそう、渋さなんですよ。渋さってアシュフィンジェントって言うんですね。僕も最初聞いたとき、何その、みたいな、なんか分かんなかったので、後で、渋さなのか、みたいな、知りました。で、タンパク質がなんかスクワッシュって言ったんですけど、そのタンパク質がなんか縮むことで、なんかタンニン、どういうふうななんか機構だったか忘れましたけど、なんかタンニンがあると、なんかそのタンパク質がなんかくっついて、なんかググってちっちゃくなっちゃって、それでなんか口の上に溜まるんですね。でそれをなんか味わってるっていうと言い方変ですけど、それがアストリンジェント、渋さっていうふうな話になってたと思います。で、なんですかね、これはコロイド領域の業種っていう話になるみたいで、英語だとパーチコアグリゲーション、僕は言わなかったんですけど、プレゼンのスライドには書いてました。で、タンパク質みたいな。で、アミノ酸はアミノアシド。で、生体は化学反応によって動いていると。で、その化学反応を触媒、触媒っていうのがカタリストって言いますね。これはあんま知らないかな。で、そう、タンパク質は、この体を動かすための化学反応を早くしたりとか、効率よく動かすために、なんか、重要な役割を持ってるっていうふうな話で、最近はなんかアルファフォールドとかいう、なんか AI がなんかタンパク質の構造を見るのに使われたりとかしているみたいで、いや、すごいですよねっていうふうな話です。人工知能は、Artificial Intelligence って言って、で、そうですね、なんかあったっけそう。なんかそんな感じに、なってました。で、これ、ナトリウムとカリウムって、僕最初ナトリウムをカリウムだと思ったんですけど、違うんですよね。ナトリウムがソリウムで、カリウムがポタシウムなんですよ。で、イオンポンプっていう、なんか、すごい筋肉でこれ筋肉をなんか司るのになんか使われてる、ポンプで、これがあれなんですね、ここに、カリウムとナトリウムが通ることによって筋肉が制御されていると。だからこれがなくなっちゃう、これが上バイによって、ちゃんと動かなくなる。こういうふうにブロックされちゃうと、筋肉が動かないって、あれですよね。体の中で一番なんか重要な筋肉って何ですかね。心臓ですよねっていうふうな話なんですね。その心臓が、止まっちゃって死亡する可能性があると。でちなみにごめんなさい。心臓っていうのは、心停止っていうのが、英語で言うね、カージェックアレストっていうふうに言いますね。多分医学用語だと思います。で、エボリューショナリーハイジャッキングっていうふうな話を、ちょっとして、オオカバマダラのタンパク質は、そうですね、ウアバインの影響を受けないの理由として、ミューテーション、遺伝子の一部がちょっと変わってるんですね。 ミューテーションって言うんですけど、それの、それによって、幼虫のうちにトワタを食べて、毒が蓄積していって、で、鳥に捕食されるのを避けれると。で、外見さえ真似る、ミミックすれば、避けてくれるよねっていう風な感じで、カバ色一文字が似たような、その色になって、で、最終的に、じゃあ、毒を持ってる、やつと毒を持ってないやつっていうのを見分けられたら、ちゃんと栄養が取れて、しかも毒は取らなくて済むっていう風な話で、鳥の知能だったりとか、あとは鳥の消化系とかにも影響したりするのかな、ちょっとわかんないですけど、ものによっては何ですかね、その真ん中の体の部分がすごい上バインが多いんで、端の葉っぱだけじゃあ、端っぱじゃない、羽だけ食べるように進化するとか、そういうのもあるらしくて、そういう行動の進化っていうのにも、その上バインが影響してくるねっていうふうな話を、これしました。上バインの無効化が、鳥の知能に影響してくると。で、ちなみになんですけど、僕、毒の、あれですね、抵抗をレジスタンス、もしくはインセンシティビティっていうふうに言ったんですけど、センシティブっていうのが、影響されやすいっていうふうな意味なので、インセンシティビティっていうと、毒に影響されないみたいな。で、そうですね、そういうふうになってました。あとごめんなさい、ちょっと、舌打ちっぽくなっちゃうんですけど、唇に水分足りなくなるとこういうことしちゃうんで、ちょっとごめんなさい。で、他の毒っていう話をして、そう、エクジソンなんですよ。成長を促しすぎて、で促しすぎちゃって、体がリップオフ、体が破けて死んじゃうっていう恐ろしい毒ですね。で、そういう話を、してました。で、同盟の話をして、で、同盟国と。で、これがミューチュアベネフィット、共通の利益と。で、このタバコが、この蜂を呼んで、で、それで、卵を植え付けてハッピーみたいな。で、植物の方は、こっち、なんですかね、植物の方は、この2分子を、遠ざけられてハッピーみたいな感じになってます。で、この、蜂を呼ぶ化学物質、僕は、これ、ケミカルシグナルって言いましたね。ケミカル、化学の、信号なので、ケミカルシグナルと。で、この匂いを変えてるっていう風な話をちょっとしまして、っていう理由としては、こういうふうに同じだと、もしこの蜂が A にしか卵を植え付けられないとしたら、B の時にやってきても、時間の無駄になっちゃうんで、それだったら、匂いを変えてしまって、この寄生蜂の時間は、節約しつつ、かつこの匂いで他の虫を呼んでこれば、自分の身が守れるよね、みたいな感じになってます。で、同じアニメーションの2回と。で、他のやつ、これはいいや。で、まとめとして、こういうふうになりまして、そう。で、なんだっけ、just beyond the direct predator みたいな、ちょっと分かりづらい言い方したんですけど、捕食者の捕食者とか、そういう方にも影響が渡るっていうふうな話をしてました。で、他にも、日本語の時はちょっと違う話もしたんですけどね。いいや。で、こういうふうな、そう、植物の知性とか面白い話ですよねっていうふうな話をちょっとしまして、で、こういう分野にも使われてるよね。そう、バイオダイバーシティ、生物多様性っていうのを、バイオダイバーシティっていうふうに、言ったりします。で、終わりっていうふうな感じになってました。はい、以上です。じゃあ質問あればっていうか